men seek for others' men's validation when looking for a suitable partner. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sofia, and in today's video we're gonna be discussing the male power fantasy of media and the female gaze and male gaze also. So to start off, we need to understand what's a male power fantasy. This is a sort of definition for the male power fantasy. It's about writing male heroes accomplishing a larger-than-life goal and allow players to put themselves into the hero's character and imagine themselves being the hero and save the day. They create a situation where female characters were put in there, often to be kidnapped, tortured, and killed, just so male characters get to play the hero and save the day. So, in general terms, the male power fantasy really refers to power fantasies of men wanting to have power. And in relation to the male gaze, like complementing both concepts, it's about what men think women like in men. However, since it is through the male gaze, it's actually telling men what women want in men according to other men. Basically, it's all assuming what women find attractive based on what men find attractive and what they consider valuable in other men. And this is based and created because of the male gaze. This is also related to why many men around the world currently don't understand why there's such a big attraction to feminine men like Harry Styles, Loki, Conan Gray. I'm gonna be putting some examples that they wear like feminine outfits or act feminine. And we need to understand that in general, women don't care as much about aesthetics, the physical appearance, as much as men do. That's a problem because men think that women care about it as much as they do, which is why they put so much effort into looking like what media seen through the male gaze tells them that they have to be. Men think women care as much as they do about physical appearance, so they put a lot of effort into it based on male power fantasies and the male gaze. And it actually doesn't matter that much. And this leads me to the second point, which is that going back in history, in men, qualities such as bravery and like having just hunting skills were more important than physical appearance because men had to provide for their families. Women didn't care that much about how men looked. They just wanted someone that could be able to provide for their families, could protect them in case of anything like an animal attack. And on the other hand, women had to be beautiful and have a desirable body because of two reasons. The first one is so that men could biologically be stimulated and form a family, like get women pregnant. And the other one is so that they could survive giving birth to the children, so they had to have like big hips, Adding up to this, women clearly know what men find desirable in women because the male gaze and mass media is always telling you. It also shows men what women want in men according to other men. Society is telling heterosexual men what heterosexual women want according to other heterosexual men. I'm gonna put a diagram over here just so it's easily understand. It's a bit confusing. So they're telling this to people from the male gaze instead of the female gaze, which is what should apply to when showing men what women want. This is all referring to heterosexual relationships and people. And actually, in relation to that, we have to consider that men and lesbians are both attracted to women, but they view them completely differently, which just kind of proves everything. And this leads us to the main point of the video. Even men seek for male validation because they see things from the male perspective, and that's not trying to appeal to women. The male gaze is trying to appeal to other men. So it's a whole mess. And actually, just to wrap it off before the conclusion, I think that a quote that really sums it up it's by John Berger. I hope I pronounced it correctly. In his books Ways of Seeing, and it says this: if a woman makes a good joke, this is an example of how she treats the joker and herself, and accordingly of how she, as a joker woman, would like to be treated by others. Only a man can make a good joke for its own sake. One might simplify this by saying, men act and women appear. Men look at women, women watch themselves being looked at. And just to conclude everything, I wanna say that this is relevant to society because, as I've said in the other videos, basically everything in media, and since media affects society, everything is said to appeal to men. Everything is from the male gaze and from a man's perspective, and that really kind of helps maintain the patriarchy, which is why it's a huge problem, and which is why we really need better representation of women and other minorities in media. And I actually have two videos which I think I really recommend you. One is about the villainization of female historical characters in media, and the other is about the over-sexualization of female cartoon characters in relation to the male gaze. So I really recommend that you check out those two videos. Thank you so much for listening. Please remember to share the video to friends and family if you enjoyed it, and to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All the bibliography is gonna be on the link on a document on the description. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time.